off until midnight, like normal. My life winds up and winds down like a travel alarm clock. And it's winding, I'm not sure if it's winding up or down right now. But it is what it is. And I'm doing what I can do, and people chastise me for not getting to sleep before midnight. Well, there is a word for that. To some degree, it's, for whatever reason, I'm some kind of a watchman, and watchmen, guess what? They stay up at night. So, in fact, one time I was in the kitchen. I've told this story before. Nobody listens. Nobody cares. Or, well, whatever. I'm just saying. People that rag on me don't listen to a lot of my videos. So, but, I was standing at the kitchen one time, and I was like, why am I always up at night? And almost instantly, the words, I believe it's from the Father. Because you're a watchman. Yeah, I didn't consciously think those words. And I was holding my phone in my hand. It was my early Razor Max back when. And hey, that's weird. I'm so hard pressed for memory. I took Google Earth, if you can imagine that, off that phone. But anyway, Google Earth on there, and at the bottom was a travel log. I didn't even know why it was up. And it had Ozark Plateau there, and I had never even seen the travel log thing, whatever you want to call it, visit places to visit. Scenery, it said Ozark Plateau, and I was like, oh, that's me. And I hit it. And, I had seen that this is a square, and if you mesh it out of shape, it's a parallelogram. I had seen that the Ozark Plateau was a parallelogram. And I saw that, and as it focused, I heard, and I made it a diamond. So, oddly enough, the word diamond in Hebrew means watchman. It means, circle. It means to be circumspect, to watch in a circle, to build a wall, to bring people to safety. Did I pick my name? No, I didn't, Did I pick my family motto, which has the word Missouri in it, M-I-S-E-R-I? The word Egypt, the Hebrew word for Egypt is Mitzrayim. Transliterated into English, that is M-I-S-E-R-I. The first word of my family motto is M-I-S-E-R-I-S, miseries, misery, Les Miserables. So anyway, did I pick my family motto? No, that goes back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So anyway, be that as it may, such is life and all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and post this so so if people are up, I did the cat thing, and that's going to be uploaded. I'll do this one, just a brief little hi, hello, how are you, and all that good stuff. And then people will know that I'm going to be finishing chapter 50, doing chapter 51. So no matter how long it is, I'll go ahead and finish it. So we're going into the second 2/3 of the book. We're over half. 42 is about half, so we're over halfway. And I talked a little bit about, Connie and Craig and all that. If someone will break one of the commandments, 10 commandments. There's 10 commandments. These are the rules of life. I've said this before, Lucius John Rushdoony's Institutes of Biblical Law is a huge tome. It's a huge book. And it takes the 10 commandments and it breaks down, it shows that all of human law and jurisprudence is based on those 10 commandments. I did a brief review of this the other day. Jersey was reading the book that I was like, can we burn that, type thing. So I said, read this. So she did. She says she did. So we're going to find out. I'm going to read it. But, I've read it before, but I'm going to read this one and mark it and everything. I don't see any pages turned down. I don't see any. Anyway, I didn't tell her to mark it and argue with the author and write in it. So I can't give her a hard time for not doing that, but I'm going to read it and then we'll discuss it. We'll definitely do videos about it because it's a very important concept. I'm going to reiterate it real briefly. Okay, going back in time, we've had, the Israelite, the Hebrew Israelite monarchy. Okay, Davidic kingdom, Saul's, initial kingdom, and then the Davidic kingdom, which lasted, a long time. And then, so you had then, the split of the kingdom, Israel, north 10 tribes, Judah, south 2, Judah, Benjamin, and the Levites. Anyway, so, you had, that was divine monarchy, or at least, human monarchy. It was supposed to be divine monarchy. So the thesis of this book is you have had monarchy. It's been tried, okay? Mainly under England, the best example of it. Divine right of kings, monarchy has been tried. It's been found wanting. It is history. It's over. It's done. Representative government, second paradigm, has been tried. Main experiment being America, pretty much the only experiment being America. Major experiment where there's freedom of speech and right to carry firearms and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The 10 Amendments. Okay, so that has failed. It is failing. It will fail. It's history. It's past tense. Okay, the third paradigm is divine monarchy, as it were supposed to live in a kingdom, a millennial 1,000-year kingdom. That's going to stop. I can hear it. When you hear it winding up, you know it's going to stop. All right. So anyway, and that's the thesis of the book. Now, the point is those 10 commandments, the law as given to Moses, the Torah. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to start sacrificing and everything else, but food laws were given for our health. The moral law, encoded in the 10 Commandments and summarized in the 2 great commandments: love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love thy neighbor as thyself. That sums up the 10 Commandments. Okay, that doesn't negate the 10 Commandments. That doesn't mean you can commit adultery. Well, you can't commit adultery and love your neighbor. Okay, so you can't love your neighbor and steal, or even be envious of stuff he has, his wife, his goods, his cattle, his tractor, his lawnmower, anything, his gun collection. Can't do it. Okay, so the 2 summarize the 10. Basically it's just like the first commandments. I'm the Lord, I'm the Yahweh, the Elohim. Have no other gods before me. Don't. So that's the first commandment, and then you have the second commandment is like unto it, love thy neighbor as thyself. Anyway, brief. The point being, and it's going to be interesting because it's been years since I've read this. It'll be very interesting to me to see how, earth-shattering, quote-unquote, it is. I've read other books that just totally changed my whole paradigm, my whole way of thinking. Paradigm. But, and then went back and read them years later, and it's like, because my thinking was so adjusted to the message, I think, that it was like, so what did I see that was so great in this book? So that may be the case in this, but I don't know. But I do remember the thing that stands out more than anything else is get used to it. It's not going to be a smorgasbord. And this is something we're seeing. I'm dealing with it here. Everybody that comes here, I'm just telling you, if you're listening to me and you're in touch with me and we're talking and you want to move here, as I said before, get yourself a shovel and bury your shit there. Read the 10 Commandments, get used to the moral law, food laws, don't be taking Yahweh's name in vain, don't be stealing, don't be planning on stealing, don't be planning. It's going to come down hard on you. I believe that the law will be coming more and more in effect. I believe I've seen evidence of that. People have violated the law and they're dead. I've seen it at least 3 times. You screw up, you don't listen to advice, don't listen to wisdom, you ignore the counsel given in Proverbs several times, imoctis, I-M-O-C-T-I-S, in multitude of counselors there is safety. In multitude of counselors there is safety. 7 words, 7 simple words. Live by it. If you don't, it may come back and bite you in the ass, or it may take your head off. I'm just saying. Not the way to live. Take advice. Take advice from wise people. Take advice from people that are more intelligent than you. So, and that covers everything from running a chainsaw to playing with guns. You don't play with guns. You don't pick up somebody else's gun and play with it and say, "Ooh, my gun," you know. No, you don't point at anything. Glass windows, propane tanks. Don't put your finger on the trigger, you know. Last time I shot IDPA, I won, and there were about 30 men there. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I've done some shooting. I'm not a professional by any means, although there was a professional shooter there. I beat him. I was just like, whoa. My gun was better. It was bigger, that's for sure. Anyway, I don't know. That's just some thoughts. Opening statement. Ooh, it's 10 minutes too. So this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant.